Hello Capricorn, how are you? Welcome to your weekly reading with me, Cindy. Finally, here we are. You know, I know you're all so patient. You guys are so patient. And there's only the odd comment. Why do we always laugh? It's very odd. But you know what I want to say? I look forward to coming to you guys at the end of it all. I kind of do. And you know what it is? It's a little bit like... Okay, so this is the best way to describe it. My best friend is a Pisces, and she's also a very social little butterfly. So whenever I go anywhere with her, or going to some sort of social thing, whatever it could be, I know I'm going to have to share her. And it's a little bit like if you've been to a party or something, and the person you're really looking forward to talking to them, because it's just, you feel very grounded and comfortable. It's like an old blanket. You can just curl up with that and spend the evening with it. It's like I gotta work my way to you guys. Not that I don't like the other signs. I do. I love every one of them individually. But there's something about having you guys at the end. It's like finally getting to that old friend that I've been waiting to see all night, and everything else is dealt with, and it's just you and me. That's what it feels like. So I don't want to change it. And you know, this is Sunday. So technically, according to most calendars, all the calendars, I don't understand that. Is Sunday is the first day of the week on the calendar, right? But I don't really get that, because I thought the earth was made in 6 days, right? No, 5 days? Or I don't know. Bad. But I know that there was a day of rest, and I'm pretty sure I thought that was the last day of the week. On Sunday is kind of that day where everyone was always closed. So anyways, you could look at it and say that this is, well, one of the first readings of the week, because Sagittarius was just before you. So we're doing fairies, if you haven't noticed already. But hey, if you're new to this channel, welcome. I do have an orthodontic appliance in my mouth. Killing my tongue right now, but I'm pushing through it. I'm being brave, I'm being strong. And so my words do not come out perfectly. So the fairy, there is an extended as well at the end of this reading. And in that extended, we are... asking to speak to your inner child, so your deeper self, the soul of you, Capricorn. And there will be another fairy card that's pulled out in the extended, and that fairy card is will represent the archetypal energy of your inner child right now. So what we're going to do now, though, on here, is we're going to pull you a fairy card. It's a message to you from a fairy. So which will kind of, you know, in a way represent energy that's around you, what's going on for you. And then we're going to go into the tarot, and that was a funny split. And we're going to find out what this fairy would like you to release, what this fairy would like you to embrace. This fairy is going to tell you about any hidden factors, energy that you're unaware of, as well as energy coming towards you. So the fairy card, the last and definitely not the least fairy card for the week, is Fairies of the Future. Wow, look at that. Talk about a group of fairies, man. I'm going to read to you from the book as best as I can. There's so many here. Being led into the future, right? Being led into the future. Look at this dude up here. He's got like one eye in the past and one eye in the future. She's moving towards the future, but she's looking back just a little bit to get like this guidance, like I'm going in the right direction. Really interesting energy. Hey, it kind of feels like that party I talked about, kind of work my way to you. So by the time we get to each other at the end of the night, we have time to sit and talk. No rush here. That's kind of it too. Like there's no rush here. I know everyone else is done. Just sit in. See what comes up with my Cappies. 33. My Capricorns. Fairies of the Future. Fairies of the Future. Be here now. Guidance moving forward. I say now because it was all in capitals. The gnome of now at the top of the card. Okay, yeah, look close there. The gnome of now at the top of the card looks both ways simultaneously. Something that would give a human a crick in the brain if he tried it. However, the gnome has no particular problem with this, as fairies always have a sliding sense of past, present, and future. Anna in the center steps boldly forth, pregnant with possibilities and carrying the hazelnut that grants wisdom. I think this is her here. Puggy, above her, crouches ready to take off and rush ahead just as soon as she is sure what direction they are going, while the frog above her waits, hoping to be kissed, just to see what will happen. Amalathea on the left hesitates momentarily, not sure she is dressed properly or has her hair done right for the occasion. Nearly everyone looks to the future with cheerful optimism. Okay, so if we get into this as a reading, okay, it's going to start right off. It says Brian writes. So Brian is the creator of this. So in the reading, Brian writes, these are fairies of a bright future and are essential companions on any journey. When these fairies appear, it is time to consider where we have been and where we wish to go. There are many opportunities, many potentials, but we must choose a path and then take realistic, practical steps to bring the desired future into being. This is not a time to wait for things to come to us, but to step forward boldly to meet them. We may do this alone, if we wish, or in the company of those who share our goals and dreams. This is kind of cool because there's been a bit of a theme kind of in and out this week about friendship and the importance of the people that are like your soul community, your soul tribe, your soul mates. And this feels like that community, right? Like you're moving forward. And, you know, even if we don't realize it or not, and so are all of the people that are in this together with us, they're also moving forward. And they may have different things going on right now, like, you know, making sure your hair looks okay. Am I going in the right direction? Is this the right way to go? Where was the frog waiting for a kiss? I missed him. Where is he? I don't see him in here. There's a frog waiting for a kiss, apparently. So, like, there's so much going on in the lives of those that are connected to you, as well as your life, but you're all moving together here. And you are, I want to go back to that. That seems very significant. I shouldn't have closed the book yet. 33. There are many opportunities, many potentials, but we must choose a path and then take realistic, practical steps to bring the desired future into being. This is not a time to wait for things to come to us, but to step forward boldly to meet them. We may do this alone, if we wish, or in the company of those who share our goals and dreams. So it is completely up to you who you bring along. But you are, too, kind of being, I guess, guided to take control. Take control of your life and make choices and move forward with those choices. So now we're going into the Lightseers Tarot. And we're going to ask what? Feels like you got like a whole group here. See, what a way to end the week. You got like a whole dang group. This guy, the guy who's pointing here, his little hat reminds me of Santa. It's like a little Santa. His little hat reminds me of Santa. I'm just laughing because the release for many signs has been very interesting this week. Oh, that makes so much sense actually with what was just said. King of Pentacles on the bottom and then it's all in reverse. That's interesting because the Queen of Pentacles is on the table too. Counterpart energy. King and Queen of Pentacles have stepped up to the plate for my Pentacle sign. Alright, so I need a sip of tea, sorry. A little sip from my little mug. Alright, I'm going to show you what each card is. I'm sorry if I'm doing a lot of... It just happens with this thing in my mouth. There's so much going on in there. I'm going to show you what each card is and what it represents in the layout, and then I'm gonna get into it a little bit, and then I'm gonna clarify and really get into the story. So what you're being asked to release here is the Ace of Cups. I'm getting a double message with this. I'm getting release, like release your heart, because the fairies are saying to you, like, to go towards what you want, what you desire, make your path here. But I'm also getting the message, like, release this right now. Like, just kind of let that go. Don't focus so much on opening your heart to others or other opportunities or other things. Maybe keep that a little self-contained right now. Because the card that came out to ask you is, what they're suggesting that you embrace is really significant, because it was spoken of in the book, is the Seven of Pentacles. It's having a plan. It's making a plan. It's assessing how things are going and how you'd like them to go. So what do you need to do to move forward? What sort of steps do you need to take? What sort of action? What kind of plan do you need here, right? That's what you're being asked to take. So it does feel a little bit more like this is being held back a bit. Hidden factors that you were unaware of. The Queen of Pentacles. This is very interesting. And I wasn't really sure how to take this when it first came out. I mean, we understand the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. It's very grounded. It's very nurturing. It's, there's a lot of responsibility going on. It's the kind of the matriarch, the motherly energy. But your underlying is also the King of Pentacles. So you have the yin and the yang of these two energies coming into the reading. So I want to clarify how you're unaware of this. Maybe it's something that you're working on or that you're nurturing, or there is a very nurturing energy coming towards you, or you're going into a very nurtured cycle. Something's happening here. But I don't know. The energy that is approaching you is the Queen of Swords. So, what does she want? The Queen of Swords. Two queens here. Look at their backs are to each other as they sit in the spread. Really different energy, huh? This Queen of Swords is, I don't like, anyone that calls her the Ice Queen, they don't understand the Queen of Swords. Just because a sword, just because this represents you in the tarot, I don't like to get too hung up on that, because we all go in and out of different energies. If you want to really make yourself divine, really reach for your highest good and your greatest potential, you are going to own all of these queens and all of these kings in the deck, and you're going to utilize them in different aspects of your life. If you are always and only ever the Queen of Pentacles, you're not going to be utilizing your greatest potentials, because you can be everything in there. You can be the Empress, you can be the Emperor, which are the embodiment of all of the kings and all of the queens in the deck. So what I don't like it when people say this is the Ice Queen. She's not the Ice Queen. She is the cut the bullshit out of the situation to get to the truth. To get to the truth, because there's things that we need to get done in life. There's things that we want to accomplish, and we can't do that if there's a lot of fog and there's a lot of bullshit going on. That's what that is. You want to call her an Ice Queen? Go right ahead and call her an Ice Queen. But I'll tell you what, she knows what her goals are, and she's not going to let anything stand in the way of that. So that's approaching you. That could be your energy, or it could be somebody who wants to talk to you about something. I don't know. I love all of the queens, and I would never, ever say, oh, that's a nice queen, or that. Sometimes it's kind of like somebody has one bad experience with one sun sign zodiac, where they have a couple or everyone they've ever met. It's bad. They're just pushing buttons for you to work through shit. That's all. I don't know. I can't think of a sign that I don't like. What's a sign that you wouldn't like? That'd be weird. Wouldn't that be weird? I mean, that's almost that zodiacist. You know what I mean? Like there's sexism and racism, and that's almost a form of prejudging people based on what their sun sign is. So now I'm going to clarify. I went off on that little tangent. Let's clarify all of this for my Cappies. My Cappies have been waiting for the whole party to get to them, to talk with them. Yeah, see, you've got a whole ton of kings and queens coming out here. You've got emperor, this is what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, you got a lot of, and this to me is just an indication too, wow, of a reading for people that are very mature. They're on their way to that. They're, you've learned a lot of lessons in life, and you're taking those lessons and applying them to life as you move forward. The underline is the Four of Pentacles, slow and steady. It's not really slow. It's just kind of staying in place. Getting things done internally, not doing too much, getting stability and balance in your life. You know, that's what's going on here. Okay, clarify what you're being asked to release with this Ace of Cups. It's being clarified by the Ten of Wands, the Emperor, and the Eight of Wands. This is definitely opening up your heart chakra. I mean, there is a lot of control sitting here. With the Ten of Wands and the Emperor, and then the Eight of Wands is almost like expelling it all. If there's some heavy burden, I'm feeling like that's it. Like, release this burden. Perhaps release the burden of control. Release the burden of constraint. This is just allowing yourself to have a new beginning. And what I want to say about that is, like, if we're in a cycle where we're exhibiting a lot of control or using a lot of control in our lives, it is a bit of protective, right? And it's also the ego. And it's learning to recognize when the ego it's kind of taking up too much space in your life. It's taking up too much space. And the ego is important. Like, you can never completely dispel it, at least here on Earth right now, being a humanoid, part of the human race, because it has evolved through this place that we call Earth to protect us, but it wants to be needed. So it may be there's some sort of release, or like it feels like a burden of all this responsibility too. Someone else had that. It's just like this burden of responsibility. I can't remember who it was though. And to give yourself some movement. To give yourself some movement. And that's what it feels like. It's a little bit like be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to move. Give yourself the opportunity to communicate. Give yourself the opportunity to be open. So what are you being asked to embrace? There's the Seven of Pentacles. Let's make some plans here. Let's be realistic. Let's think about, what seeds we've planted, which ones, little plants coming up, which ones do we want to devote attention to? How do we see those progressing? How would we like them to progress? The clarifiers, Four of Cups, Queen of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Well, I guess the best way to really describe this is moving away from things in the past that didn't work out. Things that were disappointments, things that felt perhaps like lost opportunities or missed timing or whatever it is. Moving past that, because this is an energy of really owning yourself. Really owning yourself, having a lot of confidence, looking really good, feeling really good, looking energized, feeling energized, a little bit like I'm kind of getting the message of a glow up, like really going into a glow up, like standing up and being really proud of who you are and where you're going, right? Like this is the change. This is the cycle change. So how do you want to do it? There is a practical approach to doing this. There is a practical approach for you to do this, to stand up and have your glow up, and that changes the cycle of everything. Being confident in who you are and what you have to offer. Now, see, like, there's even more, lots of kings coming out here for the hidden factors that you were unaware of. The Queen of Pentacles, right? Wow, okay, this is interesting. There's two. Why do you have two? There's two. There's two kings and then the Two of Pentacles. There's the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and then the Two of Pentacles. This is really interesting. Because now you have two counterpart energies. Right? Because you have the Queen of Swords over here. I feel like you have some sort of a choice and you don't even know it. You're not aware of it. You're not aware of it, that's what's coming. It's a hidden factor here that you have a choice to make. It's really like, I don't know. I mean, here they are. Counterpart energy. Counterpart energy. You know, what's interesting though is that Pentacles are out. You've got the King of Pentacles is out twice. And the King of Swords is out only once. But you haven't seen the clarifier for the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is one of those readings where I need to clarify even more for you. Because with the Two of Pentacles, you're trying to juggle two things. You're trying to make a choice. You're trying to manage two things. Some of you might have two, I don't know, two suitors that you're working with. These are court cards. I know some people will say, Cindy, this is the energy that's coming into balance with me. And it could be. Like, it could be your yin and yang energy. But court cards usually represent individuals in the tarot. And I, myself, as well as most other readers, will often read it that way. Like, these are the court cards. These are people. So, hidden factor that you're not aware of is some sort of choice here. It feels like it's for you. For you. The energy that's approaching you is this Queen of Swords. Right? And the King of Swords has come out on the table now. You have the Judgment, you have the Two of Cups, and then you have the Hermit. There's something here that's sitting, it's been sitting in the background with the Hermit. Someone has been going within and trying to really understand the situation. Trying to understand you, trying to understand themselves. They're trying to get answers through themselves, though. They're not, they're not asking other people's opinion about this situation or what they feel or what's going on. They're really, like, within themselves here. With the Two of Cups, it's somebody is really feeling like this is divine. Like, this is someone that I jive with. This is a soulmate. This is someone I connect with. It's like being at that party and there's been so much to go through. Feels like this person's been sitting alone at the party. They've been sitting alone at the party and they've been watching the room. And I think they know a lot of the players in the room. And they're either the Queen of Swords. They see, I think they're coming in as this energy, which is very clear. Very clear thinking, wanting to be very precise in communication. Yeah, I gotta clarify more because I don't know what you guys got going on. But you've got two. There could be, because of this Hermit, I am getting a bit of a message. This Hermit is part of the clarifiers for the Queen of Swords, for the energy coming towards you. And with the Judgment, like something being reborn, it could be someone from your past. So you could have the energy of a partner from the past, and you could have the energy of someone new coming in. You got a lot. It's a whole long party going on with you guys. Okay, tell us about the King of Swords. Tell us about the King of Swords. Tell us about the King of Swords. Tell Capricorn about the King of Swords. Tell Capricorn about the King of Pentacles. Tell Capricorn about the King of Pentacles. Tell Capricorn about the King of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. Okay, the King of Swords is the Five of Cups. Something didn't work out here. Disappointed. So this kind of, I'm going to tell you, they both feel like the energy of someone you've known before. It could be one person who's harnessing these two different energies. This is the first time all week I've been a little bit like confused about the energy coming in, but you guys are going to know. You're going to know your story. So the King of Swords is being represented by the Five of Cups. Like something feels disappointing, like didn't work out the way you thought this was going to work out. You know, feeling kind of sad about how things went. The King of Pentacles has got the Six of Swords and the Five of Wands. So this is someone who's trying to move a situation, move the energy into a better direction. But it is a struggle. It is a fight. There's either a lot of internal turmoil and conflict that's going on, or they feel like there's a lot of competition. I mean, maybe there is. You have two kings sitting here, so what you all doing at that party? But too, I think at some point I explained the Six of Swords this week as being at a party and being in a group of people where, you know what, you're with a group of people, you're hanging out, you're having a bit of a chit chat. There's a lot of, for whatever reason, they like to engage maybe in a bit of gossip, or they may talk other people down a bit to raise themselves up, or they may boast about themselves a lot. And it's just not like it's, the conversation doesn't feel good. It's not resonating with you. It's not the kind of conversation you want to participate in. So you're just looking for something that feels a little bit better energetically. So you don't want to cause any conflict. You just want to, I don't know where else to go. I see a little group over there. They're kind of laughing, and the energy seems like it's better. I'm just going to kind of mosey over there and see what I get out of that. You don't know, right? You don't know until you get into it, but it's probably better than this group. And it's kind of funny because that's that in there. I don't know if you shouldn't be going to too many parties. People get in trouble for doing parties here. Some of them are, anyways. Hermit. Let's find out why we've got the Hermit. Why you've got the Hermit card here. Yes, like somebody wants to reconcile. Oh. Kind of that. That's the order it came out in. You got the Three of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Chariot. So somebody wants to reconcile. Somebody wants to get the energy into a better place, but there is defensiveness here. So it's trying to push past that sort of stagnant, non-movement energy and to create movement and to create a direction for something to go into. See, I never know where these are going to go with you guys, but control. Oh, Capricorn. All right, well, you know what we're going to ask? This group of fairies, if they could say one thing to you, what would they tell you? What would this group tell you about your future? Which looks like, yeah, there's a lot going on into your future, huh? What would the fairies of the future? Did you see that? There's another one that flipped. Oh, that was the underline. This one flipped and then that came out. God, you're not telling me much. I don't know. It's one of those readings where there's blocks. And maybe it's, it's going to sound funny, but there's two, I feel like there might be two divine choices. I don't know. It's the High Priestess and the Four of Pentacles. She's not opening up. They're not telling me. They're not telling me. They're like holding tight. The universe is playing their cards very close to their sleeve right now. And you know what the best way to... Because you have to make some sort of movement. You have to do something. It's a little bit like the universe saying the ball is in your court. Maybe it doesn't feel like the ball is in your court, but no other balls are coming back until you... Anyway. My friend just got her dog fixed and it's like, those are not coming back. But you have to make the choice, right? Let's go back to the book. I'm going to say it because that's where this High Priestess is taking me. The ball is in your court. For whatever reason. This is not a time to wait for things to come to us, but to step forward boldly to meet them. Too right. These clarifiers, like this feels kind of stubborn and stuck, like there's a lot going on here. Just kind of release it and create movement for yourself. That's where the key is here. It's the movement you create for yourself. It's the choices you make moving forward that are creating what you're manifesting. That is the only way to get the answer. This is one of those cases where everything is up to you. I could not, look at this. The High Priestess is like, no, secrets will not be shared. And in some way, I feel like it may not even be written yet. It may not even be written. Because, there is the whole chaotic aspect of free choice in our world. So, what's at the bottom now? Ooh, the Fool, and it's reversed. The Fool is at the bottom. There is definitely for you, Capricorn, moving forward into your future is, it's up to you. It's up to you where you want this to go. It's up to you what you want. What you want to create for your future. The cards fell out of my hand when I was just talking about that, and in case you wanted to know, I can't recreate it now, it's just the way it happened. It was the Six of Wands, so victory. I'm also hearing that whatever choices you make, you're still going to find victory. And kind of in a way, it seems like that, doesn't it? Because both, there's double counterparts sitting on the table for you. Alright, I'm going to go do the extended. The link is at the top of the description. Your deeper self, your inner child is going to be talking to you in that reading. And until then, Capricorn, it was nice to see you guys. Do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.